Hey everyone, it's Brianna here with your Tuesday tip as usual, even though I almost forgot about it today since it's been so crazy with the holiday. It's lovely to see you. I'm so happy to have you here. And today I am going to tell you a little bit about the biggest barrier that I've seen when it comes to people reaching the goals that they're working towards and overcoming their challenges. This is in me included. This has been one of my biggest barriers. It's been a barrier for a lot of the clients that I work with, and pretty much everyone I've ever worked with in the healthcare industry. I mean, this is a biggie for a lot of people, and that is the reluctance to get support. Reluctance to get support, waiting until it's kind of too late, waiting until you're doing damage control instead of like prevention. This is one of the biggest barriers that stops people from living the life that they want, that stops people from being successful when they're reaching for a goal, whether it be a health related goal or a financial goal, a career goal, a relationship goal, whatever it is. Support is an essential part of getting the outcomes that you're looking for. It is like an essential ingredient. You will be hard pressed to find anybody who's gotten to really successful places, who's reached a lot of their goals without support in place. We just don't do things in a vacuum. So today, I'd like to tell you a few reasons why I've seen people hold themselves back from getting support and therefore hold themselves back from getting the outcomes that they're looking for. Talk a little bit about why it's important and give you a tip so that you can move forward feeling supported and being successful, because that's the name of the game here, right? So, why do people not get support? I'll go through a few reasons. I mean, I think this can be unique for everyone, but I'll go through the most common reasons I've seen. One of these, probably the most common one, is this fear that it will be all consuming to go, especially if it's something like therapy or any kind of emotional support during difficult times. People are afraid that if they say things out loud to another person, or if they go and get the support that they need, that they won't be able to put their stuff back in a box enough to go on with their life and not have an interruption in their life. You know, they won't be able to successfully carry out the tasks that they need to do during difficult times if they get support, let all of this stuff out. You know, sometimes they're afraid of what they'll find down there. Sometimes they're afraid that the support will think that they're effing nuts for whatever the heck it is that they let out. And I just have to say that I have been working with clients for a long time in a lot of different situations. It is very rare to say anything that shocks me anymore. We as humans are we're pretty. We have some dark and shady spots, but we're also very resilient. And I think part of the biggest things that support can do is it's really holding a light for you. It's holding a safe space and showing you how to dive into some of those places and still be able to come out and effectively put action to the things that you need to do to get the outcomes that you want, to continue being successful in your life and to make yourself more successful, to give yourself more of the things that you want. This is something that support is essential to do. And you will be able to put your stuff back in a way that allows you to do the things that you need to do. It'll let you do things even better, actually. You know, another thing is that maybe you've been burned before by different providers, maybe coaches or medical providers, therapists, or, you know, I heard this a lot with veterans going to the VA. Like, if you've received bad services somewhere before, it can prevent you from reaching out again because you got burned last time and you don't want to repeat that same thing over again. Unfortunately, you know, there are people who aren't really worth their salt out there. This is just the truth. Or so maybe they're just in the wrong profession for them or something like that. But it's okay to shop around. It's actually important to shop around, you know. And there will be times that you don't mesh with somebody in a given moment, but maybe you'll mesh with that same person later on. Maybe that person is a great fit for someone else and it's just not for you. Like, it's important to keep at it, be persistent until you find somebody that's a good fit for you. Just because you've been burned before doesn't mean that it won't happen again. And actually, you can use those experiences to make you more savvy about what is important to you when you're picking the people who are in your circle to give you support when you need it. Um, so, another thing that I've seen prevent people from getting support is just a belief that something in their situation can't be changed, that there's nothing anyone can do to help this situation. So, why would I go out and get support if I already should have everything that I need to do this myself, first of all, or there's nothing anybody can do to change this situation, whatever. Honestly, if that's the way you're feeling, that's probably the biggest indicator that you need a little bit of support in your life, because at the end of the day, we can't see the full picture when we're inside of the picture. We as humans live in these patterns. We do. Our brain, it directs us in ways that we know we can survive. It directs us in a patterns of behavior. And it really is so useful for somebody to come in from the outside and show that to you. They can shine a light on it for you. I know that the people who I've enlisted as my supporters help me to see where I've gotten off the tracks a little bit, or where I'm limiting myself by thinking that something is unchangeable, when really the way to change it is simple and it's kind of clear to see from the outside, or someone can guide me down a different path that I haven't been down before. But just the nature of our human brains, sometimes we need an outside source to help us see something different than we've ever experienced before. It's really, really important, really important to get support. And lastly, another really common reason I've heard about people not getting support, talk to people who weren't ready to get support, was that they didn't feel they had the time, money, energy, resources, whatever, to invest in support. And I get it. On a certain level, I totally get it. We're busy. We lead really busy lives. Our financial resources are precious. Our time is precious. Our time is probably the most precious thing that we have on this planet. I mean, it's all we have, but we all have the same amount of time. We all have the same amount of time. So it becomes a matter of priority. Honestly, it becomes a matter of priority both with time and money, because there's always some kind of resource out there that can help you. There's always a resource out there that can help you. And this is why I feel so passionate about, wanting to help people, and also why I love it when people send referrals to me, even if they're not sure if it would be a good fit, because I know through years of working in the healthcare industry in this world that there are so many resources available to help us out there. All we need to do is know where to look for them, and getting support to look is a really great first step to do that. And also, it sends a really great sign to the universe, to the people around us, to ourselves internally, when we invest time and money in ourselves. When we say that we don't have the money or we don't have the time, really, we're putting ourselves, our goals, our happiness on a bottom rung. It's like not priority. And how can we expect people to invest in us, be their time, money, or energy, to improve their relationships with us, if we're not willing to do that for ourselves? Being able to do that for ourselves, to invest in ourselves, to love ourselves fully, to empower ourselves and make different decisions, that always comes first. And it is so helpful to have support when you're trying to do that. Because, a supportive person is somebody who can tell you, what you're experiencing is human, and it doesn't make you a bad person. It makes you a freaking normal human person. Like, we all deal with crazy stuff. Everybody has their stuff. and nobody should be able to handle it alone because nobody does. The people who are really successfully handling their shit have great support systems in place to do it, whether it be through their employees or their immediate, family support system, whatever. The people who have their stuff together, the people who seem like they have it all together, probably have a fantastic support system in place, and they've realized this importance of investing time, money, energy in themselves, in their goals to reach them. I just can't say enough about this topic. It's really important, and it's been a game changer for me personally when it comes to overcoming anxiety, starting my business, reaching my goals, starting to get clients, to find focus, to find clarity, and, a vision that I can now follow, and the accountability that I need to really make it happen. That all comes with support. It's so, so important to get support for yourselves. So really, your action tip today is to go out there and get support. Go out there and get support. It doesn't need to be from me. Maybe you want to team up with a friend to reach your health goals, to hold each other accountable in a loving way. Maybe that's where you're at right now. Maybe you need to schedule a doctor's appointment that you've been putting off. Maybe you want to get a therapist and you've been putting that off. If you've tried a million different things and you have a feeling that maybe I would be a good source of support for you, I would love to talk about that. But really, the most important thing for me is that you have support somewhere. Stop making yourself do this all by yourself. Like, life is crazy, and we all need a really good support system in place to make it happen. I'm a lucky girl with a lot of support, both naturally in my family, even though I haven't always recognized that. And now I have a great team of business coaches, relationship support. Like, I have so much support in my life, and I know how important it's been for me. I hope that you will get the same for yourself. I know that this is a little longer than my usual video, but I hope you stayed with me because it's a really important one. And since I've kept you, I hope that if you read this, if anything, or you watched this, if anything resonated with you, I would love if you'd put a comment below so I know that you're here with me watching this. Email me even. Let me know that you're watching this. I know people are watching because you come and tell me all the lovely things that are coming to you as a result of watching these videos. But, I would love to see people engaging more, and I would love to answer your questions. So send them to me in an email. Put them in the comments. I would really, really love to hear from you. And thank you so much for watching. I will see you next Tuesday for another tip video with me, Brianna McNerney. Sending lots of love to you all and wishing you a happy new year. Bye.